Hi, this is Sai Saushiti and I'm a legal intern at Lexan Company. Today I'm going to talk about the case that is Donahue versus Allied newspaper. This was a case of 1937 and this case was based on copyright infringement. We know that copyright infringement subsists in all literary dramatic works, even in computer programs. But it's not like copyright protection is given to all works. The works which are original and is not of fact base are given copyright protection. Copyright protection subsists in all kind of works that are original in nature. The facts are not given copyright protection. Moreover, ideas which are expressed can be given copyright protection. Ideas which are there in the human mind are not expressed cannot be given copyright protection. Imagine an idea is in my head and I'm just focusing on my ideas without expressing it in a 2D format or in a cinematograph. My ideas are not represented, so these ideas cannot be given copyright protection as they are not expressed and it is there in the human mind. So the copyright protection is given to the only to the works which are expressed. So in this case, let's go to the facts. Plaintiff over here was Stephen Donahue. He was a famous jockey and he was such a player that his information will add value to some newspaper. So that's why the newspaper, that is the world's news of the world, wanted to publish about Stephen Donahue. For that he had given an interview and Mr. Felsted worked on it, and subsequently with his permission his article on him was published in the News of the World. The article name was Stephen Donahue Racing Secrets. After prior approval of Stephen Donahue, the article was published and it had very well-known reputation in the market. Anything that will be published on Donahue, it will add value to the newspaper and whose reminiscence or adventures may be of some value. So they gain a lot of popularity. Over here, next the defendant comes, who was Mr. Felsted. He wanted to renew the article and add some values to it and then publish it again. He want to further use the article which was published in this newspaper, naming it as My Racing Secrets by Steve Donahue. And over here the prior permission of the plaintiff was not been taken. So any remuneration that was given was brought off from the first article was given to Stephen Donahue, but in this article no prior permission was taken from Stephen Donahue and the article was published. When Stephen Donahue came about this article, he knew that his permission was not taken and subsequently he sued the defendant for the copyright infringement as they had not taken the prior approval of the Donahue in this case scenario. The court said that Donahue is not the author nor the joint author of the article. So he doesn't own any ownership over here. He just had communicated his ideas to the people and for that he had got a good amount of remuneration. So now Donahue can claim for any further remuneration or there can have no copyright infringement over here because he is not the author nor the joint author of the work nor he is the owner of the work. So here Donahue contentions were rejected and it was held that there was no copyright infringement over here. From this case, we came to know that if an idea is there, it should be expressed, and mere ideas cannot be copyrighted. A person may have brilliant ideas for a story, for a picture, but if he communicates it to a cinematograph or any producer who want to publish that, then it can gain copyright. But mere ideas having no expressing form, that it cannot gain copyright. So this was the case. Thank you.